I grew up on the farm, and on the farm you don't hire anybody to do things that you can do yourself. So if something needs to be built, you build it yourself. If something needs to be repaired, you repair it yourself. So that's kind of a mindset that I developed or learned as a child and carried that on into life.
My background is in video production, photography, and graphic design, and while I was in that world for over a decade, I really enjoyed the creative process, but there was something in it that was unfulfilled and I couldn't put my finger on it at the time.
I was a typical teenager, teenage boy. Girls, rock and roll, and automobiles, of course. So I got into the cars, and we did all the mechanical things ourselves. Change points, change plugs, do all that type of stuff. We didn't hire anybody to do that. We didn't have the money to hire anybody to do it anyway. One of the areas that we just couldn't just go out and do ourselves was the upholstery. My father-in-law had a seat repaired on his car by an upholsterer in a small town near us, and I thought, wow, that's kind of neat. So if he can do it, I should be able to do that.
Growing up in my dad's shop is where my fascination and love for tools began. I was always sneaking in to steal tools to build tree forts or skateboard ramps or some sort of contraption out in the woods behind the shop.
I started looking for a job in the auto trim business, and I found a shop that was looking for someone to come in to learn the trade.
I was always fascinated with craftsmanship, how it was made and how it was manufactured. Things that were old I always thought were really cool.
So one day in the trim shop, one of the trimmers went for lunch and didn't come back, and we had quite a workload. So the other trimmer said, why don't you let Bob do that job? And my boss said, Bob, why, he doesn't know how to sew? He said, oh yeah, he does. He has a machine at home. He's been sewing for quite some time. So that's when they finally allowed me to do all these other things and learn this trade in a greater way.
When I was younger, my attitude was I didn't want to work for my dad. As I'm getting older, I'm realizing that I get to work with my dad. That taking over the family business and carrying it on, I'm fulfilling something that I was always meant to do. And it's like coming home. And in a roundabout way, it's like reimbursing all those tools I left back in the woods.
Our main goal in the shop is to put out quality work, something that people can be proud of, and something that we can be proud of.
I love the restoration process. I love taking things that are old and crafted well and have stood the test of time and bringing it back to life using new and modern fabrication techniques to make it last. It's like rescuing a piece of history.
I've been doing this for quite a number of years, so we've been through the ups and the downs. We've had startups and start-overs, so we've done it all, but we're still here.
Working in the shop with my hands has been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life.
Through the years, we have won many awards for our work. That isn't necessarily the most important thing to me. What's important to me is to be able to pass the knowledge on to my family, the next generation, and to be part of it for as long as I can.